Michael Dominguez, people know who he is, right? Yeah, I see it, yeah. He was talking about how behaviors emotions dictate behaviors. So I wanted to start things off here with a little level set on demographics. Everyone's familiar with demographics, right? Yeah, it's these kinds of things. So I was introduced to a gentleman named David Allison a couple years ago at a Site Classic event in San Diego. And he has a company called Valuegraphics. And what they did is they went out and they did a study and a survey of 1 million people worldwide to figure out what core values people had, because emotions dictate behavior. With that, they nailed it down to 56 key values. I don't want to misrepresent his research. So we're going to talk a little more about this because these two people are the same person theoretically, right? It's going to be very interactive, so buckle up. Yeah? Okay. All right. We add some more stuff. Still the same person, right? Yep. Thank you. This is how it's going to go, so get comfortable. It is bright and early, and we're going to talk about what's happening in our brains and our bodies right now and our circadian rhythms in a minute, but we're going to get things going here. We're going to get the juices flowing. They're also both royalty, which is an interesting thing. But these two people make very different decisions. So before, it's like I had to fix the slide because originally it said Prince Charles, and I would say, one's the King of England and one's the Prince of Darkness. And I was like, oh, I should fix that. I don't want to polarize the crowd. So the whole idea being, these two people, while on paper and traditional demographics dictate that they would be the same person, I'm going to tie this all in here, they're very different. So when you think about your event attendees, they're going to be very different if you're just looking at their demographics. Focusing on what they value is going to be way more impactful because their emotions are going to drive their behavior. Now, the next question is, on a scale of 1 to 56, right? There's 56 options, 56 values. Where do you think health and well-being landed on that scale? And this is where you shout things out. 2, 56, 4, 10, 22. Okay, good. We're getting in the groove. I like this. This makes me happy. Some of you were very close. It's 5. Is the 5th most important value in the US. Globally, it was, I think it came down to like 13th. There was some other things. We obviously in the US, North America, it was 5 as well. Canada, it was 4th. But Mexico was also 5th. And in the world, there's obviously, in other countries, there's a lot bigger concerns, security, things of that nature. But here's what I found really interesting when I looked at this research, is the fact that belonging, relationships, and personal growth were all before that. Now with that, if we did a group workout, and the coach was there and walking you through, and let's say you had an injury and they were like, hey, here's how you can modify this so that you can still participate. That's going to foster some belonging, right? Okay, check number 1. Now you feel like you belong. We're a skip family. Relationships. Miguel from Skift uses the term sweat working, because when you go to these group sessions and do a group workout, you get to build some new relationships, which is great, and one of the reasons why a lot of us come to these things. And then next, personal growth. You might not have ever thought, I could never do a push-up, and that day you get a push-up. There's some personal growth, or something of that nature, right? It might be a new type of exercise. It might be a new activity. I've never been tequila tasting before, but I'm going to today or tomorrow or whenever it is. That's some personal growth. It doesn't have, you're like, really? Tequila tasting, personal growth? I'm going to learn something new.